So Dan Trachtenberg should be very, very proud of himself because he made a really cool prequel. Hey guys, welcome back to Canon Cinema. I'm Amanda, otherwise known as AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Today I will be reviewing the new prequel film to the Predator franchise, Prey. Now this is going to be dropping on Hulu, on Disney Star, I believe. It is coming out. It's not getting a theatrical release, which is really sad because I think this is one of the better sci-fi action films that I've seen in a very long time. Now, do not be alarmed with my next sentence because I am not a Predator fan. I'm sorry, but this prequel really just changed my perspective on it. I think that I had watched the 2018 version, 2018 with Trevante Rhodes, like the Shane Black one. I think Shane Black directed that one. It wasn't very good, so I think that's the only thing that I have it like to base on. I vaguely remember the first one, but this prequel does a good job in bringing in a new audience to the Predator franchise. I think that that's what is so awesome about this prequel. It's because it goes back to the roots. It goes back to the days where you had to be highly skilled in tracking. And it's kind of like you're one with nature in this movie because we have indigenous people in this cast and they're all wonderful. Amber Midthunder, who plays Naru, is just fantastic in this. And she carries the entire film on her back. She's so strong. So we have her and her tribe, her brothers and, her cousins and everyone that they all live together in the community. She's a woman who is tracking and hunting and doing all of these things. And she's really freaking good at it. But it's the fact that they only see her as one thing. So the gender roles are kind of interesting. The dynamics interesting to, watch and see her kind of break that mold. So Naru is top notch, probably one of my favorite female characters in recent years. I think she really killed it. What I love the most the director Dan Trachtenberg did was that he really utilizes nature. He utilizes the space in the location that he was filming this. He utilized the forest area. There was really, really strong work there because it's an open area. If you can make your viewer afraid to be out in the forest with your lead character, with, other characters, I think that you're doing an excellent job in that case. So you're tracking with Naru, and she is the first one to notice the predator. She's the first one to feel like something's there because she's tracking, the steps, but no one can really see the predator. And I think the character design for this specific alien predator was better than, the 2018 version or other ones that I've seen. I feel like they really utilized his power set. I thought his invisibility was cool. The thermal vision was really cool. And they use it at the right times. And they also kind of like peel back the layers to the alien predator to make him more engaging in the third act, especially with those wicked action scenes. I think, they were executed quite well. I think the pacing was also really strong. It never like lulled. There wasn't a really boring moment, but the thing is that in this case, when you're one with nature, when you're tracking, as I've said, you need to have those moments of silence. You need to have those moments breathe so you can feel the tension and the anticipation of something is around the corner. And that's what they did extremely well in this. So not only does it come down to the story because it's very basic. It's a very basic storyline. It's what you do with the atmosphere. The score was strong and it came in at the right time. The sound design was really crispy, either an axe being thrown at someone or like someone being ripped apart. I think that it worked to scare the audience. It's not really leaning heavily on those horror elements, which I like appreciated. It's more of the journey with Naru and how skilled she is and that she's trying to prove herself to others, not by her skill set, but by the fact that she knows that there's something out there. So she's trying to like have these people believe that there is an alien life form. There's a predator out there. And I think that they did a really good job with this. I am not someone who likes seeing animals kind of in pain on screen. I think many of us were just we're not too keen on that stuff. So the one thing that they did with the predator's invisibility, they would kind of mask how graphic it would be or how brutal it would be. In a way, there were like a couple of wide shots that pulled away from the actual scene, and it didn't make it too grotesque in that way. So I think that it worked for what it was. It's not as graphic as I thought it would be. Maybe like it's tame for me, but it could be a bit more gruesome for other people depending on your tolerance scale with that stuff. But I thought the visuals were really cool. There's some great like full circle moments that happen in Prey that I was really happy with. The final battle sequence I thought was really different, and it really surprised me how much I like this. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised. Sometimes prequels don't really work for franchise films at this caliber, and I think that they did a really strong job with this. I enjoyed it a lot. What I liked about it the most was that it's such a small scale. It was very intimate. Once you get the government involved with like this alien predator stuff, like it just gets a bit heavy-handed, and like there's so much political jargon that the story kind of gets lost. Like, I know that's been done like that from the dawn of time, but when it's too much and then it takes away from the simplicity of the actual story, I think that's where it falters. But in this case, they did a great job because they're going back to nature. They're going back to the roots of what it means to be a predator, what it means to be prey. So I think that they really just stripped everything down, and it worked. It worked. I'm really sad that this is not going to be on the big screen. It does deserve a theatrical release, especially like in IMAX. It'd be really cool to see that, because I think they did some really great work in this movie. So Dan Trachtenberg should be very, very proud of himself because he made a really cool prequel. I ended up giving Prey a 3.5 out of 5 stars, just because I'm not like a massive fan of the Predator franchise, but I was pleasantly surprised with how much I enjoyed this. They did a really great job across the board. If you guys enjoyed Prey, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what your Predator ranking is. I really want to get into the franchise now that I've watched Prey. I think it's a good starting point. And if you guys enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe. You can always follow me over at AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep watching movies.